Donate now to redeem the life of a slave.
.org. Keith, as you Skype in from Pennsylvania today, what is the situation on the ground in Turkey?
Well, we have our people over there gathering information and planning, and we're mustering together a plan to try and save as many people as we can, not just orphans, but other families that have flee from Syria and Iraq. We found 95,000 refugees in a town called Surok, which is literally across the border from Kobani. Amongst those 95,000 refugees, there's 1,000 orphans. We also found there's 8,000 more orphans along the border of Syria and a further 12 to 15,000 orphans across the border from Iraq on the Turkish side of the border. That does not include orphans that are on the Syrian side of the border who haven't been able to get across to Turkey. It doesn't also include the orphans that are in Kurdistan, who obviously, as a result of fleeing across from ISIS. And there's also more orphans in Lebanon and Jordan. So if you add them all together, there's well over 50,000 orphans, right? And here's the problem. There's no international precedent to help these orphans, because if you want to adopt an orphan child, you need a birth certificate, you need the permission of the parents, you need medical examinations, and then you need an investigation done by the country there and now by the State Department. So it's a very major process.
Now, Keith, who's currently caring for these orphans? How are they being fed, clothed? Are they just roaming the streets?
They're roaming the streets. There's some elderly people and some other refugees who are also suffering have taken them in. They get, if they're lucky, they can get a diet of pita bread and tea, and they've got the shirt on their back, and that's about it. And they range in age between the ages of 2 and 12. Now, we've already got many people in America who've already contacted us about adopting them, but it's the red tape and all the other issues that go along with it to be able to deliver on the promises of the adoption. So we're at the moment, we've only found out about this in the last 2 weeks. So we're having our people on the ground see what we can do from the Turkish side of things. And we're also talking to a major European government, which we hope to have in place today. I'm hoping to get the letter saying that they're willing to take many of these kids and obviously negotiate along with the Turkish government to see if they can release these kids to our custody.
Keith, only about a minute 15 remains. So 2 questions on this. You mentioned hearing from people who want to help. We want to see if you could, maybe you can tell us how our viewers can help you and your organization help those orphans. And then the other question is, why has the international media been so slow to report on these war orphans?
I don't know. It doesn't sell, obviously. It doesn't sell viewers. I mean, we've contacted several in the media. I thank you for talking about the story, but we've talked to many and we don't even get a response. It's very frustrating. And this is a major issue, and it would break anyone's heart to see what's going on here. And in order for the government of this country and other countries to help, it needs to get some airing on the media. Because if
along those lines, we got about 30 seconds. How do people get in touch?
Donate now to redeem the life of a slave.